Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're gonna be doing a shop my stash. In my eyes, summer is just about almost over and I just cannot wait for fall. So in honor of summer being almost over, I want to do something really bronzy, a little bit glowy. I based this entire shop my stash around this new palette from Beauty Bay. This is the Desert Haze palette. So I cannot wait to dive into it. You already know the drill. Grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get into it. I have my basket here. I have my Beauty Bay palette that is basically the center of this entire shop my stash. What primer have I not used in a long time? I feel like I just have my go-tos that I'm always reaching for. Let's do the Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This has just come back into the makeup space again. Elf re-released this collection and added a few items. So I do think that we should play with this. Mind you, we are keeping it more glowy and summery and bronzy. So that's the vibe for today. So let's see about foundations. I haven't used this in a minute, but I'm also like, ooh, the Milk Skin Tint. Should I use that? Or, ooh, you know what? Maybe the NARS Light Reflecting. It's been a minute since I used this. This is my favorite foundation from NARS. But I think this is perfect for the summer. This is their light reflecting foundation. Ooh, my favorite drawer. Every time I open this, I just get so excited. Wow, so many blushes to choose from. What do I want to play with today? What do I want to play with? I do want to grab a powder and I also want to grab a liquid or a cream. I'm thinking I want to go a little bit more terracotta because I think that'll really fit the vibe today. I don't know if pink blush is the vibe. Maybe terracotta is the vibe. Oh, I know the blush. Well, at least I know the cream blush. I actually just picked up 4 of the new muted shades of the H&B Cosmetics glossy blushes. So I'm thinking I'm gonna grab those and pick from those. Wow, I wish that Haus Labs would come out with more blushes. I really do, because we need more shades. I could pull out my Pat McGrath blush because I love Paradise Venus. Where is that? That's Love Struck. Paradise Venus is one of my favorite terracotta blushes. This is so pretty. I have not used this in a long time. It was one of my favorite powder blushes. So I'm thinking I want to pull this one out, but I also want to grab another powder blush. Let's do a NARS blush. Maybe the shade Dolce Vita. Low-key, they look like the same blush, but I'm gonna pull both of those. I feel like I have another one. I'm also gonna grab Infatuated. You may look at these blushes and you may think, girl, those are all the same, but I can see the subtle differences between all of them. It might be excessive to grab all 3 of these. Oopsie. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that just happened. Is this magnetic? How did I not know that that was magnetic? Bronzers, powders, highlighters. As you can see, I decluttered a lot of my makeup. If you haven't seen my last declutter video, definitely go and check it out. I'll put it in a card above. So I have a lot more space now, which makes me very happy. So for bronzer, I'm thinking, I don't have that many bronzers, honestly. Like, this is all my bronzers and I rotate through them all the time. I haven't used this in a long time. This is the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Espresso. Definitely gonna pull this out. I'm gonna pull out the NARS in the shade Laguna 7. This is one of my most bronzy bronzers in my collection. Perfect for summer, and I think it's gonna look so good with this bronzy look. And then for powder, what have I not played with in a long time? Probably, I use all of these. My Dominique Cosmetics powders are one of my favorites. So I think I might grab this, or I may grab my Ami Colé powders because I need to see if I still like these powders. I used to love these, but I have not used these in a very, very long time. I'm very sad to hear that Ami Colé is closing, so yeah, let's just pull these 2 out. My highlighter section's looking very sparse, y'all. I love this highlighter. This one is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Oh Darling. So we're gonna use that today. Or maybe we should do like a liquid highlighter or something like that. I haven't played around with these from Rare Beauty. I think I want to use one of these. I'm gonna use the shade Flaunt. All right, lastly we have lippies. Okay, so I do have a new lip liner. I actually got the new Revie Beauty lip liners that I really want to play with. So I want to use one of those today. But for the lips, we need something bronzy, something a little bit glowy. You know, I'm gravitating to all my Fenty lippies. Love me some Fenty lips. I want to grab a lipstick for sure. So let's do, ooh, do I want to pull out my, like, one of my favorite lipsticks? Ooh, you know what? Let's do the MAC one, Honey Love. I really haven't been reaching for the Makeup by Mario glosses. I'm going to pull out Hot Chocolate and the Gloss Bomb stick. And I'm also going to grab, what else? Ooh, I'm also going to grab this color from e.l.f. Chocolux. These are so pretty. This is pretty. I'm going to grab this one too, just in case. We have setting sprays here. I have not used this one in a minute, so I'm gonna grab this. Let's do the Rem Beauty hydrating setting spray as well to use throughout my makeup routine. Almost forgot concealer. A lot of these are the same concealer, just different shades. Maybe a little Tower 28 as well. I don't know. I need a good... Oh, you know what? Let's do the H&B Soft Focus Airbrush Concealer. And then I'm also gonna pull maybe the Hourglass. Maybe. We might use this. So we are done shopping the stash. Let's get into the eyes. I am currently trying to redo this background. I definitely want to change it up for the seasons. Prepare to have a fall background soon. I just don't know exactly what I want to do, so I'm still playing around with it, so please bear with me here. So this is a look that I went ahead and created. I created such a simple, easy look, and I'm going to show you exactly how I got it on this side. I'm going to take this shade right here called Scorpion. I'm just going to start laying this down and sketching out my shape here. This is always the trick, trying to get it even on both sides. It has been such a long time since Beauty Bay came out with an eyeshadow palette. I feel like it's been, has it been since Valentine's Day? That's what it feels like. It feels like it's been since Valentine's Day. So when I saw this palette pop up on the website, I was like, add to cart immediately. I'm going to start to sketch out the wing here, building up that brown, and just basically kind of sketching it here. I'm going back and forth into these two shades here. I'm going to go over where I popped that first shade, and I'm just going to start to lightly blend. I'm going to do the same thing for the wing as well. Just going to lightly blend out that wing here. I'm going to go into just this shade, Canyon, and I'm just going to take this shade to blend out this entire line. We are going to re-intensify the first shade. I'm just taking a tiny bit of eyeshadow base, and I'm going to carve right here. Also, if the lighting looks a little bit different, I just adjusted it a little bit. But I'm basically just carving right in the center. I really based this whole Shop My Stash around this palette. I was just too excited. Taking this shimmer right here called Desert Rose, and I'm popping this all in that empty space right here. Then I'm going into this shimmer right here called Sandstorm. It is such a gorgeous shimmer, but I'm going to pop this right here in the inner corner, just for a little bit of lightness right here. I'm just going to build this up a little bit. That's pretty much the look. Now I'm going to pop on a half lash and we can move into the base product. So primer of choice today is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This is basically just like every other gripping primer from e.l.f. except it has this really, really nice watermelon scent to it. It's a lot more runny than the other ones, but essentially it's going to do the exact same thing that the other ones do, which is grip the makeup. I think this dew primer is perfect for the kind of look that we're going today, that more glowy, bronzy kind of look. I'm actually really happy that they keep bringing this back out because I just feel like it's such a fun product and it smells really good. It's perfect for summer. If you already love the gripping primers, I think you're really gonna like this one because it's just really fun to apply, and as you can see, my skin is super hydrated and it is very tacky. For foundation, we have the NARS Light Reflecting. I honestly can't even tell you which shade is mine because I haven't used this in a while. I am in my summertime shades right now. So I have the shades Macau and Marquise. I think Marquise is deeper, So I'm going to go in with Marquise. NARS has so many, but this one is by far my favorite. Oh my gosh, that might be too much. Yeah, we are going to make do with Marquise. So I'm just going to blend all of this in. I almost forgot just how yummy this foundation looks on the skin. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I definitely feel like that e.l.f. primer was a very good choice because I'm just looking at how good my skin looks right now and I am loving it. We're definitely going to even this all out with all of the other products, but can we just admire how good this looks on the skin? It looks really, really pretty. This is the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Espresso. Just about all of these products are products I have not used in a really, really long time. I am really excited about, you know, this video because I want to get into these products again. Oh my gosh, and it blends like butter into the skin. Literally blends like butter. Wow. Did you guys see the news about Made by Mitchell? He's coming to Ulta. We called it. I definitely could not see him in Sephora. His brand just doesn't feel like a Sephora brand, but an Ulta brand, absolutely. He recently was teasing orange luggage, and y'all, Ulta doesn't sell luggage. So I'm like, is there more than one retailer we don't know about? Is he maybe gonna put his products in Nordstrom? Where is the luggage gonna be going? Because best believe, if he is dropping luggage in the US, I'm getting my hands on it with the quickness. That Fenty Matchstick is insanely good. I placed an order from H&B Cosmetics. They're a UK-based brand, and they just came out with muted blush shades. So I feel like for this look today, these are going to be perfect. I picked up 4, so let's just swatch them all. This one is muted 7. Ooh, that is pretty. Ooh, I'm gonna set that to the side. This one is muted 8. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty too. Very similar. No, I can see the difference. That's gorgeous. It has a little bit more red in it. I'm really liking number 7 though for this look so far. This one is number 9. This is gonna be so pretty for the fall time. That's why I picked this one up. Oh my goodness, that is a pretty, pretty berry color. I don't think I have a color like this in my collection that looks like that. That is gorgeous. That also could work for this look today. Then we have number 10, which is definitely screaming fall. Not using this one today, but let's just give it a swatch. That is stunning. Wow. Number 7 it is. These are so extremely pigmented, so you have to really tread lightly with these. This is all one dip out of the pan, and I'm able to cover both of my cheeks. But I love this color. It's gorgeous. Now this formula reminds me of the Made by Mitchell Curve Case formula, and I love it. So if you love the Curve Case formula, you are going to love these blushes. They're just not as easily accessible like Made by Mitchell. Let's put a little more here. Ooh, that is a good choice. We pulled out 2 concealers. We have the H&B Soft Focus Concealer and the Hourglass. Why did I pull out the Hourglass? I don't know, because this shade is not a good shade of concealer for me. This is the shade Maple. It's very yellow, like very, very yellow. So I think it's gonna be H&B Cosmetics because I've only used this, I want to say twice, and I want to see how this looks again, and then I'm just gonna see what this does for me. Yeah, it looks like a little bit goes such a long way. Wow, that looks so, so, so good. Wow, their blushes and their concealer, it's giving what I thought it needed to give. I feel like we're going kind of glam today, maybe soft glam in a way, but I love that. Cannot get over this brush too from BK Beauty. This one is the 114 brush. I love how this blends out concealer. It blends out concealer so nicely. Look at that. And it covers so much surface area too, but it just melts the concealer in. I feel like the UK brands have literally all of the best makeup. Before I go on with setting powder, I want to go on with this hydrating setting mist from Rem Beauty. For powders, I have these from Ami Collet. I think I'm going to go in with the banana color. I remember I used to love this powder. I am so sad that Ami Collet is closing down. I think they said September, but just about everything is selling out. And I love their products so much. Since this powder has come out, there have been so many different powders on the market that I really, really love. So I'm just going to see how I feel about this powder now that I know what kind of powders I like nowadays. I think I might try to bake with this powder. So I'm just going to add a bit more under the eye and bake with it. It's very pretty though. Everything is setting down beautifully with this powder. So I am not mad at that. I am going to lightly set over top here. Wow. Yeah, I am loving how this is looking. For bronzer, I have this one from NARS in the shade Laguna 7. Now, this is definitely my most bronzy bronzer I have in my collection. So I really, really have to tread lightly with this, but it is a very pretty bronzer. I just would recommend tapping because it has a lot of red in it, which I really like, but it is very bronzy. Which, I mean, that is the vibe that I'm going for today. Like, look at that. That is a lot of bronzer. But you know, I said I wanted bronzy today. I did say that. Now, would it be me if I didn't pull out a ton of blushes? Because that's what I did. I pulled out so many, and they all low-key look the same, but like not really. I can see the slight differences in all the blushes. You can never have too many. I think I really want to use my Pat McGrath blush in Paradise Venus. I really have not been hearing people talk about Pat McGrath. What is going on? Like, what is happening with that brand? What is happening with them? The holiday season is coming up too. That's usually when we get the holiday collection that we're always looking forward to. But this year, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen. I used to use this blush just about every single day. And this is why. This is exactly why I used to use this blush so much. Because it's so pretty and it's natural. I'm going to wipe this bake away. Ooh, that looks good. I pulled out two highlighters. We have this liquid highlighter from Rare Beauty. And then we also have the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish Highlighter in the shade Oh Darling. I think I'm going to try to use both. I'm going to take a little bit of the Rare Beauty on the nose. I'm not really a liquid highlighter kind of girl because I just find that it's just a lot difficult to work with. But I'm hoping that this just blends right in, which it looks like it is. I'm just gonna take this right here on the high points of the face. What I love the most about this MAC highlighter is that it literally just melts into the skin and it just makes the skin look really wet. And I did say I want it to be a little bit glowy, so I'm just gonna take some up here. That is gorgeous. I'm going to take the shade Tiger's Eye. It needs to be sharpened. I like the dark brown. For my lower lash, I'm just going to take this brown right here. Nothing too crazy. I'm just going to take that, smudge that on the lower lash line. So now we have the lips. I have this new lip liner from Revie Beauty. They just came out with lip liners, and I have the shade Mocha that I want to try out today. This is supposed to be a long-lasting, long-wear lip liner. This is the color. It's a brown with a hint of red in it. It's pulling a little bit too red for what I'm looking for. I'm just going to go on top with my Makeup by Mario in the shade Jeff. Taking MAC Honey Love. Popping this in the center. I kind of like the idea of this one from Made by Mitchell in Capa Droppa. I think that'll be pretty. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is perfect. Oh my goodness. That is the perfect combo for this look. To finish off this look, I'm going to go in with the Makeup by Mario setting spray. here's the finished look. I love how my look turned out. Definitely gave me the vibe I wanted. I wanted bronzy. I wanted glowy. I am happy. I also cannot get over how perfect this lip combo is. I really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed playing around with all of these products. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.